Hello everyone, and welcome to Total Television. It was super exciting to find out that Carnage, one of the evilest, most sadistic villains in the Marvel Universe, would be the central villain of Venom 2. According to some of the freshest resources, the movie will open with him confined in the Ravencroft Institute, awaiting his execution. But this month, our secret sources reported that Shriek would be a second villain in the upcoming film. And what's even more intriguing, Naomi Harris is currently rumored to be in talks for the role. HN Entertainment reported some further leaked plot details. Working in his role as an investigative journalist, Eddie Brock, or as we know him better, Venom, will discover that Cassidy started a large fire at St. Estes, which caused the deaths of 12 people. Perhaps this is the initial incident that drives both characters' hatred for one another. These are all fascinating developments for comic book fans, because it means that ultimately, we might get to see the Maximum Carnage plot on screen. An epic crossover arc that starred many of Marvel's signature heroes and villains. That is why today, we will discuss how the Maximum Carnage storyline could fit into Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Watch till the end. We will tell you why Spider-Man in Venom 2 is more than a possibility. Before we dive in, don't forget to check out our other Marvel content after this. Like the video and hit the subscribe button so you can enter our PlayStation 5 giveaway. When we reach 1,000 subscribers, we will be selecting one of you to win a free PlayStation 5. Good luck and on to the video. Number 1. What exactly was the Maximum Carnage arc and why was it so memorable? First, it was a massive crossover story. It featured a wide range of major and minor heroes and villains. On the good guy team, despite Venom and Spider-Man, there was Cloak and Dagger, Iron Fist, Black Cat, Firestar, Captain America, Morbius the Living Vampire, Nightwatch, and Deathlock. It also managed to work in references to both the Fantastic Four and Tony Stark. The scale and spectacle of the fight were incredible. There was also a sort of tourism by proxy. Carnage directed his rage and hatred at New York City, which meant that Spidey and Venom were fighting in famous locations, including the Statue of Liberty, Times Square, and Central Park. Number 2. Who were the villains fighting alongside Carnage? 4 supervillains fought under Carnage, and he called them his family. The mother of the family and Carnage's romantic interest was a villainess named Shriek, who debuted in the first issue. Same as Carnage, she was imprisoned at the Ravencroft Institute for the Criminally Insane. When Carnage broke out, she broke out too. A drug addict who suffered abuse in childhood, formerly known as Frances Louise Barrison, Shriek became mentally unhinged when Cloak put her in his cloak's dark dimension. It also awakened her power over the sound, which she could project like a bolt of energy. There were 3 minor Carnage family members, whom Shriek and Carnage referred to as their sons. The doppelganger was Spider-Man's evil duplicate from the Infinity Wars. They possessed long teeth and 6 arms, for a total of 8 limbs. Demogoblin was a straight-up demon obsessed with ridding the world of sinners. In other words, everybody. And finally, there was Kerrison, an infected floating specter of a man-made people waste, wither and die when he touched them. Number 3. How did Marvel develop this massive fight to 14 issues? There were multiple complicating factors and story twists. First, Venom and Spider-Man sabotaged each other as often as they helped each other. Venom wanted to kill Carnage, but Spider-Man, in classic superhero mentality, tried to bring him in alive. So halfway through the arc, Venom and Spidey started fighting each other instead of concentrating on the guy who was killing innocent people. The villains, of course, used it as an advantage. They knocked out everyone and took Venom hostage in the Statue of Liberty's torch. At approximately the same time, Shriek figured out that she could cast sound waves at the New York people and affect their state of mind. Random, otherwise well-behaved citizens started rioting, looting, and attacking our heroes in the city streets. Not only did the heroes have to deal with Carnage and his family laying waste to the city, but they also had to stop innocent people from hurting each other while also not hurting or killing them. Number 4. How did Maximum Carnage end? There was a fake ending and a real ending. The fake ending went like this. Doppelganger died in the 12th issue. Carnage killed him in an outburst. In the 13th issue, the heroes beat Shriek with a good bomb weapon, which filled Shriek with love and goodness. No, we're not making this up. She then projected these emotions onto the rest of the villains. Kerrison was apparently cured of his illness, Demogoblin collapsed, and Shriek herself went unconscious, but appeared moved by the experience before passing out. As for Carnage, he resisted the feelings of love and seemingly died. But he didn't, did he? No, at the end of the 13th issue, Carnage rose from a Central Park lake and initiated his final battle against Spider-Man and Venom. That battle lasted the entire length of the 14th issue. The fight eventually led to the orphanage, where Cassidy was kept and abused as a child. And then, our heroes tracked Carnage to a cemetery, where Carnage dug up his mother's corpse. Carnage's subsequent emotional weakness gave the heroes a chance they needed. Venom tackled Carnage into an electric generator, which exploded. It damaged Carnage long enough for the Avengers to take him back to Ravencroft. Number 5. How does this series hold up today? To be honest, it doesn't hold up remarkably well. It suffers from a common weakness of many comics: the use of copious exposition where the characters are practically sitting around, explaining the plot to each other in blocks of text. To borrow an English teacherism, it says too much and doesn't show enough. There isn't a lot of changes. The battle wages on and on. The interludes, like Peter's relationship arguments with MJ, aren't enough to break things up. And the 11th hour twist of having a love gun defeat the bad guys feels contrived and compelled. What does hold up, however, is the pure chaos embodied by Carnage. We come away with a feeling of horror. This is an entity that cannot be reasoned with, cannot be bartered with, and simply doesn't give a damn. Marvel usually tends toward moral complexity, but Carnage is a sadistic outlier. So repulsive, even with his abused background, that even villains feel disgusted toward him. Other villains, like Thanos, do more damage on a cosmic scale, but there's no one as genuinely evil and cruel as Carnage. Number 6. What about Spider-Man in Maximum Carnage? We knew that Venom 2, the sequel to Venom, would feature Cletus Cassidy alias Carnage. Sony cast Woody Harrelson in the iconic role, and he'll no doubt excel at it. But the more recent rumor of Sony wanting to cast Naomi Harris as Shriek is cause for additional excitement. It means that Venom 2 will likely be a reimagining or abbreviated take on the Maximum Carnage arc. It also sparks some impressive theory crafting. What, if any, role will Spider-Man play in this? He's already been written out of Venom's new origin story, so it's hard to see how they could shoehorn him into Carnage's origin. But Sony could definitely set up a Spidey appearance for an upcoming Venom 3. And now that Disney and Sony are back on speaking terms, it would be a pipe dream come true to see Tom Holland as Spidey, Zendaya as MJ, Tom Hardy as Venom, Naomi Harris as Shriek, and Woody Harrelson as Carnage. All on the same screen, kicking ass. Add to this Cloak and Dagger, who had their own series on Freeform, and Morbius, whose movie is currently in development. The potential for additional crossovers is enormous. Will you be watching Venom 2? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss an upload and enter our PlayStation 5 giveaway. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching Total Television, and see you in our next video.